Minister, the COVID-19 crisis has created a major economic shock. Hundreds of thousands of workers have lost their jobs. Many businesses are struggling to stay afloat and they face an uncertain future. So we do need an economic and social plan for the here and the now. And we also need a plan for when we start to emerge from this crisis, and we will, and we have to get that right. And Minister, we have choices. We need to make the right choices in the time ahead, and we cannot repeat the mistakes of the past. And your government cannot rule out or dismiss solutions previously rejected as politically impossible. A return to austerity is not the answer. What we need, Minister, is a stimulus package that creates jobs by investing in housing and infrastructure, that provides decent healthcare, a roof over people's heads, and decent work and decent pay. We need balanced regional development. We need sectoral recovery plans for sectors that will be deeply hit by this crisis. And we also need to challenge those that are profiteering from this crisis, including the banks and the insurance industry. Austerity, immigration, and building an economy on low pay and precarious work can no longer be part of the solution, Minister. They are the failures of the past. Previous Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael governments, before the last economic crash, during that crash and after that crash, cut the minimum wage and cut income supports for lone parents as examples, and saw immigration as a release valve and as a solution. What we now need is a living wage for all, not some vague aspiration to achieve this, Minister, but a real living wage in the here and the now for workers. We also need a bailout for workers and for families. I want to also applaud all of those frontline workers, Minister, but can I say to you, frontline workers today cannot be the forgotten workers of tomorrow. Many of those frontline workers in retail are the very workers that were on low pay, if and when contracts, and were victims of precarious work. So what we need is to end all of that and end the hollowing out of our public services. We have a clear choice. We can continue with the low road chosen in the past of building an economy on low pay and precarious work, or we can take the high road and build an economy on decent work and decent pay and decent public services. The choices we make, Minister, will determine how long this economic recession will last. If we make the right choices and put proper supports in place for workers and families, we will come out of this crisis an awful lot quicker. Gurb Magat.